Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Those Two Geeks. He's Alex, and yeah, I'm Joe. I'm back from parts unknown. We're going to leave it at that. It's good to be back. Alex knows the scoop, and I'm just trying to get my bearings back and catch up with this weird, geeky world that we all live in because there is so much shit coming. Like, we've got Superman, we've got Fantastic Four on the cusp, we've got all the toy news in the world. We got WWE. It's a whole,
Look,
yeah.
I am genuinely disappointed for the record. I thought Fantastic Four came out this weekend, so like the 26th-ish of June,
Yeah.
27th of June. No, it's July.
Yeah. What does it come out? The 7th?
20 something of July. Superman to the 11th or something like
Oh,
that.
Superman
Around the
predates it?
Yeah. So I'm like, I was really excited for Fantastic Four this weekend, and then I find out it's not even on when I go to get tickets. I'm like, oh, well,
That's a bummer, dude.
that sucks. But again, like I don't. It's what's another month at this point, right?
So it's been a while. You've carried the load. We haven't talked. We've talked off camera here and
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
but I'm eating lobster right now. Sorry, it's like a victory meal. Friggin' Galactus is completely faithful to the comic from what I've seen. I'm so shocked that they went like a straight translation of Galactus. I cannot believe they did.
I honestly, I'm not. So I feel like that's one of those things where they can do a full translation, have the consequences, especially if it's in a different dimension.
Right.
Like this is one of those things where anything that happens there can be really devastating, and then all of a sudden they show up in the MCU as like, hey,
Right.
Galactus is coming. So it doesn't surprise me that they're going full on Galactus. I'm pleased about it, but I'm not surprised about it.
I'm very pleased about it
Yeah.
because we're not getting a cloud again. We're not getting anything stupid. We're getting,
Yeah. Well, I mean the
faithful adaptation.
cloud was so dumb, but
The cloud was stupid. And then the people who are upset about Shalababi and Silver Surfer, let,
eh.
you know, would I have rather it been Nora and Rad? Sure. But the thing is, Silver Surfer is androgynous enough anyway. It's not like important to the character at all. The sex.
No, like don't get me wrong. Like I'm sure we'll see Nara Rad at some point. I
Mm-hmm.
have no issue with the current Silver Surfer
Same.
being who she is.
No.
Right? Like I get people that are attached to Nora Rad would like to see Nora Rad, and I
But
understand that.
yeah.
I don't think it's necessary to have Nora Rad in this movie, especially if you can utilize it. If it's just one movie that she's in and you get Nora Rad in the future, wonderful. But if she's Silver Surfer going forward, wonderful.
I'm fine either way.
I genuinely do not care.
I'm fine either way. We're getting a lot more in the MCU. I have not seen Ironheart, if it's even out yet. I have really no urge to, because
I
I
have
was not super impressed with, you know, Wakanda Forever. I just wasn't.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I haven't been tracking that at all.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was Thunderbolts, I think.
Thunderbolts was amazing, and we've
Yeah,
ad nauseum said how great that is. And people, if you still haven't seen that movie, you need to see it because it's an incredible movie. Not just a
I
superhero movie; it's a great mental health awareness movie.
I
It's
honestly
wonderful.
think it's probably one of my favorite. Like
Okay.
even in retrospect now that
No,
recency
same,
bias has gone off it enough, I think that's one of my favorite MCU movies.
same. Still, it still sticks with me. It resonates with me
Yeah.
so heavy. Yeah, no, I love it. But I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. I'm on a Pedro Pascal kick, because holy shit, how far have you gotten in The Last of Us?
Oh, I haven't seen season two.
Oh, you haven't seen season 2 at all?
No, I'm waiting to play the game before I know roughly what happens, but I'd rather play the
Oh my
game and
God,
then
your
watch.
heart's gonna be ripped out, sir. Your heart is going to be
Oh,
ripped out.
I'm sure it will be, which is why I'd rather have that happen in the game. I'm just waiting to find it for a decent price.
Yeah, it is phenomenal.
Mm.
I'm halfway through season 2. I had to take a pause after a certain episode. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do it right now. I need breath, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep. Fair enough.
But yeah, Pedro Pascal. I think he's going to be an amazing Reed Richards. I just
Mm-hmm.
honestly think that guy is a great actor. Period. And again, people bitching about that. Fair enough, but you could do so much worse. And yes, as much as I love John Krasinski, I think Pedro Pascal's the right choice.
I agree. Like John Krasinski was good, but
Yeah,
he was
as a
good.
one-off.
Yeah, like Krasinski was good. I just think Pascal was going to be better.
I do too. I think Emily Blunt would have been amazing as Sue Storm, though.
Oh, I'm sure she would have
I
been.
would
Yeah.
have loved her as Sue Storm. But who's the lady that we're getting now?
I honestly don't. I couldn't tell you the name of the cast of anyone other than Pedro Pascal.
I only know Pedro Pascal. I
It
know the woman. Oh God, what is her name? But anyways, she looks like she's going to be a fine Susan Storm too. But you know, we'll see the movie. That's all that matters to me is how the movie goes. It's a
yeah,
time period piece that you know locks the Fantastic Four in the '60s. So, and I think that's a great idea because that's what they're known for. They were Marvel's flagship before the
agreed.
X.
And I think that's a great time to have them debut in.
Yeah,
And then I think you can bring them to the current world
right.
via the dimensional hop that was
Oh
alluded
yeah,
to in Thunderbolts.
and it's also not like it's not a period that we've really dealt with in the MCU. We've dealt with World War II, we've dealt with older periods, or we've dealt with like future. We have not really dealt with, the retro the swinging 60s and 70s. That's
No,
kind of been an
exactly.
off period. So I'm interested in that.
Yeah, agreed. But we've seen a bit of it with Ant-Man, with
True.
I can't even think of his name. Scott? No, not Scott Lang.
Yeah, it would be Scott Lang.
Hank Pym.
Oh, Hank Pym.
You
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
a
yeah.
bit of
With
it with Hank Pym.
yep.
But yeah, no, like
Michelle
you
Pfeiffer. Yeah.
exactly. So you've seen a bit of it there, but I think it's going to be much more interesting to see how this happens. I recognize it being in a different world. I'm not going to get my hopes up for any kind of cameo.
Yeah, no, I don't think Fantastic Four is going to have serious cameos.
I
I'd
don't
be
think
actually
it.
kind of shocked if it does.
I don't think it needs any cameos,
Right. I want
honestly.
it to stand alone. I want it to be a good
Yeah,
movie.
like yes, at the end is fine. Like tie it in at the end, that's fine.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
think that when it when it comes down to it, part of the reason we all shout on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is very much that it was just
Okay.
we assumed that there'd be way more cameos and such in it than there
Yeah,
was.
the Spider-Man spoiled the shit out of us.
Yeah, and then you have a movie called The Multiverse of Madness, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen next?
We're like, that really wasn't that mad. That
Yeah,
was like the multiverse of okayness.
yeah, and then you have like with the same character. I think if you'd have had a different character in Doctor Strange in Spider-Man other than Doctor Strange,
Yes.
right? And then you have a movie called The Multiverse of or whatever, maybe it would have been much better. I just think it was unfortunate timing on both the release of them both and the quality of one versus the other and fan expectations. It would have, I think, fairly arisen from that.
And that's the thing too. It was like 2 months. I mean, 2 months apart from each other.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
really no
exactly.
digestion
It was
period. It was
it
just
was
boom,
in the
boom.
same it was in the same even in the same year. I think was a bit of a push.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But 2 months within is like really heavily pushed.
Yeah,
But I guess we're all just biding our time till Shorzy comes back.
yep,
But so I figure we're just gonna kind of talk and
yeah.
just jump around. But
Hey, so do you know what I picked up? Just to continue doing that, I picked up Sagat and Blanca from the Jaded Toys Street Fighter line.
how do you like them?
I think Blanca is probably one of my favorite pickups of the year,
Really?
without doubt. The the flexibility in that guy is insane for his size.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. Um, I've got him doing he can do a full kraut, like a full Iron Man pose uh thing on the shelf, the superhero pose.
Oh, the superhero pose he can.
Oh yeah, he can do it. He can bend right over. Like I think he's got some rubber shorts around the
Okay.
crotch area, which allow him to do that a lot more.
Yeah.
But everything else seems to be solid plastic. It's
So,
really impressive.
so a bit of like a McFarlane diaper kind of.
Kinda, yeah. And Sagat's got the same kind of thing, like a more of like a rubbery diaper sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it works for them both. They are significantly bigger than I was expecting them to be. I figured they'd be like a little bit bigger than the others in the line. I'd say Sagat is probably closer to 8 inches, 7, 8 inches.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
like
So
7.5 inches, and Blanca in his crouch pose is almost as tall as the others.
I finally got Bison like a month ago, and he's
Mm,
phenomenal.
yeah,
One of my favorites. I need Cammy still.
Cammy's the one. Cammy's the only one I need, other than the player 2 outfits, which I don't know if I'm gonna get.
I'm not going for the player 2 outfits. I'm just
No.
going for the base. Like, really, what I'm trying to do this year is just do a Marvel Capcom
Yeah.
collection. Like, they really hit me home with, like, I've wanted that collection for so long that I
Yep.
never thought we'd get it. And now that we're getting it, I want, like, more of it. Like, I ordered Shumagorath or
It.
Gargantos, whatever they call him.
Yeah, it's Shumagorath.
Yeah, Shumagorath. I ordered him. I ordered Wolverine and Silver Samurai. I'm so excited for that Wolverine.
Same.
I ordered Venom and Captain America, blue Venom and Cap. Excited for those. The only one I missed was Psylocke because she was an exclusive with Thanos from Target and like near impossible to get. But she was sold out within minutes.
I didn't. I didn't aim going for her.
I wanted her because I think she's the best version of Betsy they've done so far.
Hmm.
But that there's no way they're not going to do another. Now that they've
Well,
done her, they're going to do another like truly faithful comic book version.
well,
on
that's
that
just
ride.
it. They're gonna end up with something very similar to that as well.
But yeah, I've picked up no maximum figures.
I am surprised by that. Oh, hang on 1 second.
I wanted them, and then I realized, do I really, really, really need them? Because I've been selling off stuff. I've been cutting my collection down massively. Because I just can't, one, fulfill it. Life needs, money needs. It's just too much, you know? And
Can you,
like,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I
Yeah,
walked away
weird.
for a sec.
No, that was me. For some reason, I just couldn't. Like, I was talking to you and you just couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
yeah.
no, I mean it's like just like life needs and stuff, and it's just like toys just aren't as important as they used to be. They're really just not,
No,
and
exactly.
that's okay. I don't really mind it. It doesn't bother me deeply. So if I can collect the stuff that I want, which again, i.e. the Gamerverse stuff I want big time, and then some other things like I'm gonna get, but like all the Ninja Turtle shit, like all that, like every exclusive, like nah, I'm out of that game. It's just too much. It's too stressful. It's money throwing it away. You can do it with
Yeah.
something else. But I will tell you this: I'm getting one exclusive if I'm lucky enough. I'm getting one exclusive. I am absolutely getting that Savage Land 3-pack. I need that Savage Land 3-pack.
I don't even know if I remember this. It was Rogue.
It's
Oh,
Rogue,
Rogue,
Sauron, and
Sauron,
Shauna.
and yeah,
Like I need Rogue and Sauron ASAP. That
yeah.
Rogue is the Rogue because she'll go with my Mafex Magneto, and I will make a Savage Land display with her and him. Like that would be so cool. That is like one of the biggest wants. Shit, sorry.
Oh,
That's
no
one of
worries.
the biggest wants. They finally like clicked the box on that. I'm like, holy crap, they're actually doing it. Never thought they would. So
I'm not surprised it's in a 3-pack.
I knew it
Sorry,
would be in a yeah.
yeah. I'm surprised it's an exclusive and not like a fan channel.
Yeah, that sucks. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be $90. But when people are bitching about that, I want people to think about this. It's
It's a
$30 a figure, and one of those figures is a big Build-A-Figure. So the Build-A-Figure alone would be normally 50, $60, maybe more. So you're getting a deal. This time around, Hasbro is actually giving you a deal.
yeah.
And
Well,
like,
that's just it. That's actually a decent, like, especially given the price of those things at
yeah,
all.
that's an amazing price. I mean, you can't get right. Well, now Sauron's dropping like a rock. The aftermarket one, I mean, the regular
Yeah.
Build-A-Figure, because everyone's like, oh, I'm just gonna get this Sauron, and rightfully so. Why wouldn't you?
No. Question for you.
Yeah.
Can we pause on this? Because apparently I have to run out quickly and I should be back within probably about half an hour or so. Does that work for you?
You know what? Why don't we pick this up and call this just like a touch base, and we'll do a to be continued.
That works. Folks, as often happens, that's the end.
Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.